So if you want to lift your truck for super cheap and you want to try to learn how to fabricate something simple, this is the video for you. Here's a shackle flip, and all I did was use 2 pieces of flat bar. So I'm going to show you how to get to this point and even further if you want. I'm going to try to make mine a lot nicer than this. So stick around if you want to learn how to do your own shackle flip. Okay, today we're going to start modifying our shackle mount so we can do the shackle flip. First, I'm going to get scared with some air. Oh, taking out the camera. I think I'm going to call that good. This is in a show truck. I'm going to cut a guessed square out, and then we'll take the shackle back off here, put it in there, make sure it has lots of sufficient movement area, and then we'll box it all in. Okay, let's see what we got. Nice big hole. And definitely gonna box this in because that's not a lot of material there. This is a heavy truck. Might put a couple layers of box on this. I think I might put a plate across here, just on both sides, depending on how much room that gives the shackle. Yeah, from here to here, and then of course across the top too. And then might also put overlap from there all the way out here, and then box across the top too. Not sure, kind of winging it, and we'll see what happens when we get there. But I'll put the shackle in here, and we'll see how much room we have. We might have to trim more. Might have taken too much out, who knows. Okay, had to do a little bit more trimming to get it in, but it's in now. Moves forwards quite a bit. It hits right here on the back, not on the inside, just on the outside. So I might have to trim that back, but I think I might wait till I get a little bit more structure in here, because that's going to be starting to cut it really close. Also depends on where the leaf spring holds it. Like if the shackle stays up like this with weight on it, then it's got to go way back. But if the shackle sits like this, kind of in the middle of the hole, then I might have to get it all together and then cycle the suspension a few times and see what happens. But we'll bolt the leaf spring on and see kind of where it sits. Maybe try to jack it up and get some weight on it. Go from there. Okay, so got all the weight on. It's actually off of the jack stand right now. You can't tell. And so this is like kind of fully flexed, almost, like it's almost flat, so it won't go much farther back than this. And it's almost touching. Although, remember I did flip this shackle around? I might flip it back the other way, so it doesn't go behind, it goes in front. And that would bring it forwards, especially since, let's bring this down. Kind of full droop. I think with the weight of the axle, it might droop a little bit more, especially if I'm flexing out. But I got tons of room in the front. So I think I'm gonna flip that around and see what that does. Definitely think it was better the other way. See how now the shackle's moved forwards this way instead. With weight on it, almost fully flat. So as far back as it's gonna go, yeah, I got lots of room here, but drop it down. Sure, she sits back on the jack stand. Okay, she actually hits in there. So I could cut that out farther, I guess, but it seems better the other way. Okay, so now that I probably bent the hell out of this by weakening it and then putting weight on it, now the time to weld it up permanently crooked like that. So I used my favorite tool without dying. That's right. If you guys remember me almost dying from that thing in a previous video with the dually. I hate the wire wheels, especially on the grinder, but it gets it somewhat cleaner here. Should be okay enough-ish to weld on. At least we'll be able to put our parts in here and kind of see where we need to get a little cleaner. I know I said I was going to use the sandblaster, but I haven't hooked that up yet. I still got to go get the right fittings for it to hook it up to the compressor. Plus, with being in there and actually seeing how rusted it is, I don't think that's going to do much. Especially with it being just a little handheld $30 blaster. So, yeah, we're just going to proceed without it. We're going to do our best with the rusty crap that we got. Well, there she is, sitting on her own weight once again. As you can see, proof. Maybe not on the camera. There, you can see light through there. It's not on the jack stand. I just did the first quick 2 plates, welded them in. It looks like crap because, as you guys know, my welder sucks. But it will work for what we're doing. I do plan on plating it in with just kind of sheet steel to make it look nice after. I think this will look like crap. As you can see, I got a little bit more room in here. And it shouldn't really, I mean, it can go a little flatter, but I don't think it will move back too much more. But if it does start hitting that, I'll actually notch this back a little bit, not this, because that's right up against this plate now. But yeah, I plan on putting another piece of that 1/4x2 across here. Maybe welding them all together, probably look like crap. And then I'll sheet steel it all in so it looks nice and smooth like this. Spray some rocker guard on it or something and it'll look nice and clean. I do want it to look half decent. I mean, this is going to be kind of a mud truck, kind of a street truck. And you will see that, especially as you guys know from previous episodes, the bumper, I mean, I think I did only 3 inches in the mock-up, but I think I'll do like 4. But still, even 4 or 5 brings me down to like here. So you will see that. And I'd like it to look at least decent. I don't want somebody to see this in a parking lot and go, "Oh, sweet truck, oh my God, I got you good." Oh no. You know, because there's a lot of those out there. They're 50 footers. I'd like this to be at least 30 footer. You know, I don't plan on doing super awesome body work and all this stuff, but I'd like it to at least, you know, standing this distance from me, go, "Hey, that's actually a sweet truck." Not, "Oh, what the hell is that over there?" No, what did they do over there? No, what did they goober up over there? So, yeah. Okay, it's a nicer day out today. So I got the garage door open so there's better lighting. So I can kind of show you how horrible my welds are on here. See, they look like crap. They burn in pretty good though. I'm not worried about structural integrity. And honestly, I could probably stop here. This will be structure enough for this, at least in my opinion. But I'm not going to stop here. Like I said before, I want to put another piece across here, maybe kind of form it all in, and then sheet it all in around it, so it looks kind of nice, kind of like this. And then, so I got to start by grinding all this down, maybe add another one here, and we'll go from there. But yeah, really, this would probably be all you need. This would be sufficient. Pretty simple, as you saw. Got a hole in the bottom, welded 2 pieces of 2x1/4 on there, 3.5 inches long. So you don't need a lot. Be a good simple starter project if you want to learn how to fabricate. And it doesn't have to look pretty. It can look like this to run on the trails, or even really on the road. Like this would, I don't know if this would pass an inspection. Don't get me wrong, but really, I don't see a problem with that safety wise. So, or maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that's totally unsafe. It'll fold and kill a bus full of nuns going to a orphanage puppy day or something. I don't know. And I got the last piece kind of mocked up in there. A lot more gap than I wanted, but I also wanted to make sure that there was plenty of room for this. I'll just knock that down. See, that's exactly what I don't want happening, especially once the weight of the vehicle's on it. I might push the bushing up a little bit. So kind of got it set a decent height, so there's lots of room in there. And then I might have to make just a few little custom pieces in here, because I do really want this to be all solid. It would make it 10 times stronger, because this can bow this way and this can bow this way, but if they're welded together, they can't really go anywhere. So I'll probably weld this piece in and then throw some chunks in there and fill it all in with tons of weld, make it look all really crappy and horrible, or more horrible than it does look already. And for anybody who's going, oh, I don't have all the fancy tools to fabricate and stuff, I don't even have a workbench. Like literally what you see here is what I got. I'm running my chop saw and my welder, and I've got 2 grinders, but really you don't even need a chop saw. If you got a welder and you got a grinder, those are the 2. Now you can cut everything with a zip disc and weld everything together. The welder is the more expensive part, it's the harder part. If they weren't so expensive, I'd have a better welder than I do. But that's really all you need, and like welding helmet, obviously. But I have, the grinder was $80, the helmet was $200, welder was $600, and actually that chop saw was free, but brand new they're like $200. So really, for like $1,000 Canadian, you could have yourself set up with at least the basic tools. It is a lot harder. I'd probably have a lot nicer stuff if I had a lot nicer equipment, or if I actually took a lot more time into it, obviously. But you don't need the fancy brake and shear and MIG, TIG, welder, you know, nice workbench, all this stuff, grinders for this, grinders for that. This is what I'm working with, and you can too.